Hello, and welcome to another edition of Golf Soup. As always, I'm your host, James Leeth. This week, we've got a very, very, very special guest joining us, a show that we've been wanting to put together for a very long time. I'm glad that it worked out this way, and we'll talk a lot more about that. But anyway, Bill Gray from the Disabled American Veterans, would it be House or
Chapter 25.
Chapter 25 in Cleveland, Tennessee, is joining us today. The timing of it actually works out great because we got the Disabled Veterans, or the Veterans Administration scandal going on. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but we've been talking to Bill for the last half hour, and man, the stories, it's amazing. I wish you all could have sit in on our conversation. And Bill is a 100% disabled veteran. We've been wanting to play with him for a while now, and we finally got him out here to Lufkin City. We're looking very forward to the round of golf that we're going to get to play with him, and the time that we get to visit with him, and the things he has to say. Some of the things are going to surprise you, quite frankly. So look very forward to that. For now, we'll take a quick commercial break, hear from our great sponsor, Larry Hill Ford, also in Cleveland, Tennessee. And we'll be back on the other side and meet Bill and play a little golf.
Come see for yourself why Larry Hill Ford in Cleveland has been awarded Tennessee Ford Dealer of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. Go to DealerRater.com, read the reviews, then decide where you want to buy your next new Ford.
It's my 3rd time to buy a car from Larry Hill. I had a wonderful experience. Treated me great. I recommend it to anybody that wants to buy a new vehicle.
Take I-75 to exit 20 and go 1 mile east, or go online to LarryHillOnline.com.
Welcome back, and again, as always, thanks to Larry Hill Ford there. With me today is Bill Gray. Bill?
It's nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, brother. It's been a pleasure so far, and I look forward to spending the next hour and a half with you on the golf course. Just so many things you've been through, and I know you can't go into all of them right here in this little segment, but you are the president of Chapter 25, you said, Disabled American Veterans.
We call it Commander.
He is the commander, so take it away and talk a little bit about that.
All right, I'll do that. Chapter 25 out of Cleveland, Tennessee is the local chapter where we do the most work to help disabled veterans. We raise money by collecting money at Walmart, and we've got a car show we do once a month. And the money we take in goes back into the hands of veterans in our own community that need help in hand. I'll give you just an example. From within a 50-mile radius of where we're standing right now, there are over 60,000 disabled American veterans. Now, you wouldn't believe that, but this is Tennessee, the volunteer state, and it's named that for a reason. There are more veterans in Tennessee than in any other state in the United States, and that's just a fact. And there's a lot of guys out here that need help, and we work real hard raising money so that we can help them out when they get in a bind. And that's what we do. That's what the Disabled American Veterans is all about. It's veterans helping veterans. And our motto is, never again will one veteran desert or abandon another.
And there's good reason for that.
There's good reason for that.
And we'll get into that just a little bit later as we talk some more. So many things we want to talk about. So anyway, Bill, are you ready for the gauntlet that is Golf Soup?
I don't know how ready I am, but I'll swing the club.
We're going to play a little alternate shot for you guys here today, and Bill's going to lead us off on the first hole here at Lufkin. So give us just a short second to gather ourselves, and we'll play some golf.
All right, let's do it. Well, all right, here I am at Lufkin City Golf Course. First hole's a par 5, about 440 some yards. I'll probably hit it about 150, and I ain't gonna guarantee where it's gonna go, but I'll give it my best shot.
Up the right side, Cooper. Heading toward trees, it'll be fine.
That'll work, I can play that one.
Actually, I get to play that one. All right, Bill has left us just right of the Cedars. As all of you know, we watch Golf Soup week in and week out. Lufkin City here is lined with cedars. Fortunately, he got on the other side of them and got me a clear shot. We're a long way from home, but a solidly struck 4-wood might get us there. I think it's important to mention, too, Bill's 64 years old. He took up the game at age 60. We didn't ask him on this show for his ability to play golf. We asked him on this show for his ability to do great things with veterans. So, forward, people. Got to hit it solid and hook it a little. Cooper, that looks to be perfect. I killed it. It might be just slightly right of the green.
Man, if I could hit a ball like that, I'd just quit, because it don't get no better. He just quit, that's it.
Well, we took two different career paths. Yours is much more important than mine.
Yeah, but this is fun, ain't it? My second shot, I messed up the first one. Let's see if I can do this one any better. Right next to the pin.
Whoa, ball.
Oh, I overhit it. It went way long. That stayed on the green.
That's all right. Two putted for par, and we'll be in good shape. What I neglected to tell Bill was, although I can still hit the golf ball really, really well at times, I didn't tell him what a bad putter I was. So, see if I can nestle this one down there and get us a par and get out of here.
Come on, come on, come on.
Reach! Man, I've left him a tough putt. That was a bad putt on my part, Bill.
You know I'm a diabetic with a heart condition. All right, should we give it a try?
Give it a try, buddy.
Think I'll make it?
I do. I never doubted you. Nice putt, Bill. Hey, you got one of the old man suckers on the end of the thing
When
there.
you can't bend over, you got to do something.
Oh, we got lots of those out here, brother. Nice par on the first hole. Good job.
All right, that works. We're off to a good start.
All right, good par for Golf Soup. Nice putt back there, Bill,
Thank you, sir.
on the first hole. Second hole here, normally 328 yards from where I play from. I'm taking this opportunity since I'm playing with Bill, and he has earned his right to play from the red tees. I'm just going to go right along and play with the red tees when it falls to my drive, and it is my drive. This one's going to be about 296, somewhere in that neighborhood. Still takes an awful good drive to get it there. See if we can pull one together and get Bill down there pretty close.
I bet I could get there in 3.
I'm going to try to get you there in 1.
Holy smokes.
Cooper, that's going to be right of the green. Hit it well, but just didn't turn it over at all. But it will be close to pin high.
Man, I can't even see that far.
Oh, like I say, and get a little older, I'd have done
shot,
better. But
good shot.
thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, this is going to be the second shot on the second hole. I'm going to try to punch it on the green just a little bit. They tell me it's fast on the other side, so I'm just going to see if I can bounce it just short of the green and let it roll right up there. That ain't going to make it.
No, but still not bad. It's better than running it by. It's tough
That
first
didn't
time you've
make
seen a golf course. All right, Bill came up just a little bit short. Close enough to the green, though, that I can putt it. But as you all know, my putting woes are well documented. See if we can get this one down there. Dig on. Boy, I left him about the same, no, a little longer putt than I left him on the last hole. Bill,
That's all right. We'll finish it up.
be a hero again.
This looks like it's going to be a right lip.
Yeah, it's
That's
going to
what
break
I'm gonna
pretty
try
good on you,
anyway.
buddy.
If I can get it on the right lip, it should go in the hole. No, I didn't
good
get
stroke.
it there.
Just a lot of break in that one, buddy.
A lot more break than it looked like. There
we go.
All right, this is the third hole, another par 4. 300 and a few yards from the senior tee. I think it's 301 yards,
I think you're right.
which means I'm going to have to hit it about 4 times to get it there.
No, you just got to hit it once, and then I'm going to take it over from there. Before you hit it, though, Bill, let's talk real quick. I'm going to talk about something we talked about inside, about the DAV, the Disabled American Veterans, which you're commander of. and how much of the money actually goes to the veterans?
All right, that's a good question, and a lot of people have no idea. The Disabled American Veterans is the only veterans organization in this country that is operated completely by 100%, no doubt about it, volunteers. Nobody draws a paycheck. Every dime that we take in goes back in the hands of a veteran. We do not have our own building, so we don't pay insurance, we don't pay light bills, we don't do none of that. We meet wherever we can, whenever somebody allows us to use their building. Right now we meet at the Senior Citizen Center in Cleveland. They don't charge us to do that. When we get together, we discuss what programs we're going to work on this week or this month, and every penny that we take in will wind up in the hands of a veteran that needs it. Nobody gets a paycheck. We're the only organization in the country like that.
The only doing it.
Every other one,
100%.
somebody's making money. Somebody's making a living off of it, not the DAV.
There are some very marquee, big name causes that are putting very, very little back into it. And in fact, I'm not going to pull any punches here. I'm going to go straight out. And I'm going to ask you about the Wounded Warrior Project.
It's a terrible thing what the Wounded Warriors did. It sounds good. It makes good television. The country music singer that they trapped into advertising for them and promoting it, they broke his heart when he found out the truth of the matter is they're not a service organization. They're not there to service veterans. They're there to fill their pockets. And that's just the long and the short of it. There is a congressional investigation going on right now about the Wounded Warriors. It's not something an organization would be proud of, but I guarantee you the country music singer that was involved in it, I forget his name, that's because of my brain damage, but I forget his name, but he was roped into it. He had no idea what it was. He went along with the advertisements and thought it would be a great organization to get involved with, but it's, you know, if there's money to be made, there's going to find a way to make it. And unfortunately, the Wounded Warrior program is not nearly what it's made up to be.
They're certainly
if
not.
you want to help veterans, let me stress this, if you want to help veterans, twice a year you're going to get an envelope in the mail from the Disabled American Veterans asking you to send in a few dollars. If you do that, you can rest assured when you go to bed at night that you have helped a veteran, because nobody's going to take a part of that and put it in their pocket.
It is absolutely.
Every dime of it goes to a veteran. It goes to help homeless veterans, starving veterans, veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a great organization. Now, if you give money, like, for instance, to the American Red Cross, everybody knows the American Red Cross. They're a great organization. They help an awful lot of people during times of tragedy. But their CEO made $6 million last year.
How much did you make?
The commander in Washington, D.C. made $0 last year, nothing. I've put 50,000 miles on my truck this year, and I don't get a gas allowance, nothing. We do it because we want to do it. We're out to help the veteran that needs it. God has put me in a position where I am strong enough and still able to survive and still able to walk, so I can get out and do things to help veterans that can't. And I raise money to the best of my ability so that a veteran, when they need a helping hand, we've got it to help them.
It's a great story, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you could all spend the time, the quality time that I'm getting to spend with them today. Of course, we've only got 30 minutes to lay this down, but the stories are absolutely amazing. We better get back to golf.
And they're absolutely true.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely true.
Your passion alone shows that. So,
all right, let's see what we can do with this drive. Maybe I can get a better hit on this one.
attaboy, Bill. Nice golf shot. Cooper, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I
You
believe
stung
I'll have to
one,
take
didn't you?
that one.
You got off your soapbox and hit that one hard, didn't you, buddy? Good job. What a fantastic drive by Bill there. He's left me with about 60 yards here on this 300-yard par 4. Pins cut back, so I've got the bank to the left to use. Pins all the way in the back. I need to get it back there. I'm using a sand wedge. I'm going to try to run it just a little bit. Get down. Get down. Big boat light. That was a bad golf shot. Bad golf shot on my part. Hit it way too far. Landed on the green. I never intended to land it on the green.
I don't know why anybody would want to mess up such a good drive with the second shot, but I know what it is. He just wants to make me look bad. I'm going to put it up there right next to the green. No, I won't either. I'll give him a long putt. Then he has to work for it.
Looks good.
I didn't use the bank, though. Get down there. Yeah, I did.
That's going to be fine. Nice shot, Bill.
There it goes.
All right, Bill has played beautifully on this hole. Great drive, great pitch shot. I hit a very poor second shot. Now I've got a chance to make it all right here with a good putt.
In the hole. Oh, rimmed it.
Wow.
Oh. All right.
Tap it in, Bill. I'm sorry, buddy.
That's all right.
Weather's getting rough out here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how much longer we'll be able to continue, but we're going to try to get a couple more holes in for you.
We'll do the best we can with what we got, won't we?
Wow.
Nice job. Nice job.
I thought I made that. All right, 2 holes down for Golf Soup, and the weather has taken a turn for the worst. It is pouring buckets out here on us right now. We've had to come in. We have no choice. This is the only day we've got to film to get this show in on time, so we're going to sit down and talk to Bill for a minute, and I don't know how the show's going to work out, whether we get to go back out there and play golf or not. If we do, great. If not, Bill has a lot of stories that you folks need to hear. So we're going to reposition and talk to Bill a little bit about the DAV there in Cleveland that does so much good work. And hopefully it'll stop raining. I'm telling you, folks, it's bad out here. Let's talk a little bit more to Bill Gray. All right, after some camera difficulties with Cooper there, Cooper's had a long day. He's awful tired.
Yeah.
Bill, we're inside because it's storm's coming over pretty hard. I don't know if we'll get back on the course, but I am not going to let the time I have with you slip away and not get all I can get out of you. I want to talk to you.
I appreciate the opportunity to be with you. I really do.
When we first met today, we talked about you in Vietnam and your story. So lead us down that path a little ways.
Like going to Vietnam and all?
Yeah.
Well, I joined the Marine Corps when I was 17 years old. I had my mother to sign me in. Went through boot camp out at Camp Pendleton, and for some reason or another, they thought I could drive an amphibious tractor, so they put me to tractor school, which took 2 weeks. And after tractor school, I went to a guard station where I was going to do guard duty for a week. And the next thing I know, they tell me I got 5 minutes to pack my stuff. I'm going to Vietnam.
Wow. 5 whole minutes?
5 whole minutes, yes. So I went upstairs and packed my stuff, got down, jumped on a deuce and a half, which is a 2.5-ton truck. And they took us to O'Hare International Airport, or not, yeah, Los Angeles International Airport. And then our next stop was Okinawa. That's where we got fitted with all of our jungle gear and everything, got our rifles issued to us, and got ready for combat, basically. Took all the shots for overseas travel. And the next day, I was in Da Nang, Vietnam. Left Da Nang, went by riverboat up the river to Qua Viet, which is a FOB, forward operating base. And that's where I was stationed there. And we'd go out swimming in the daytime because the whole company was gone on maneuvers. So we were basically the only ones around, me and 4 other guys. So we kind of just killed some time and got on a truck and headed to the chow hall to get something to eat, because the Navy base 3 miles down the beach, they had a chow hall set up. So we went down there to eat, and it was on the way down to the chow hall that we got blown up.
And this was your, how many days in country?
This was the 5th day in country. The 5th day. No, it wasn't either. It had to be the 3rd day. Had to be the 3rd day in country because we had a 3-day firefight. So as the truck was headed down towards the chow hall, we started taking in fire and mortar files. So of course, we all jumped out and tried to get ourselves situated. And the next thing I know, I was blown up. I was laying there on the battlefield. The enemy is still shooting at us and trying to get to us, trying to overrun us. We've got maybe a half a dozen people. And I was hurt. I was injured. And you want to go, time out. I'm done. You know, war's over for me. I need to go home. It don't work that way. They don't quit just because you're wounded. Now, you have to remember, I was a Marine. I thought I was the baddest thing on the planet. I was ready for anything until I got shot or got blown up. Then I realized what fear was all about. That's when you got the whole body trembles. You just can't do anything.
Now, when you say blown up, you were hit with a 60 millimeter mortar
60 millimeter mortar shell hit the ground right in front of me and tossed me through the air, which is what kept me alive because I went with the shrapnel instead of the shrapnel just going through me. I got several places blown, you know, several wounds from it. Lost a lot of blood.
It's a few more than a several people.
Yeah. But anyway, I survived. I stayed alive. They sent a truck down to pick us up to try to gather the wounded in, you know, because it was too intense to send a helicopter in there. They just couldn't get a helicopter in there. But because we were on the beach, the truck could come right down the beach and try to grab as many of the wounded as he could. They threw me on the back of a truck and threw my best friend on the back of the truck with me, but they put him up there in 2 pieces. And to this day, I can still see that.
Wow. I wanted you to tell that story so that the people would know just how much skin you have in the game of helping disabled veterans. We got to take a quick commercial break and hear from our great sponsor, Larry Hill Ford, which we're going to talk about with you in just a minute. And we'll be back with Bill Gray on the other side.
Come see for yourself why Larry Hill Ford in Cleveland has been awarded Tennessee Ford Dealer of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. Go to DealerRater.com, read the reviews, then decide where you want to buy your next new Ford.
I'm down here at Larry Hill Ford in Cleveland, Tennessee. I just got an awesome deal on a new Focus. You should come down here and see these guys. They'll give you a great deal.
Take I-75 to exit 20 and go 1 mile east, or go online to LarryHillOnline.com.
And welcome back to Golf Soup. It is still raining outside. We've pretty much called golf for today. I hate that because we are Golf Soup. However, this is a special occasion. A river's running through it out there. Thanks again to our great sponsor there, Larry Hill Ford, and it's a great segue to speak to you about some of the ways you guys raise money and how Larry Hill Ford actually contributes to the DAV. So.
Yes, he does. They are a very good dealership. They're faithful to the veterans in Bradley County. That's where they're at. The biggest thing you can do is help veterans in your own community. Larry Hill Ford is great at that. We have a car show once a month throughout the summer, and Larry Hill Ford provides us with monies to help us put on that car show and buy some trophies. And they also help the Vietnam veterans in our community with their golf tournament. So, yeah, if you're looking to buy a car, go see somebody that supports the veterans, and that's Larry Hill Ford. You won't be sorry. They're a good dealership.
Now, going back to the raising the money, you, as you just mentioned, you have the car show each and every month. But first of all, let's just get it out of the way. Tell us how, if somebody out there today wants to give, if somebody like me wants to give, and I assure you I'm going to give, how do I do it?
Well, if you got a piece of paper and a pencil, I'll give you time to get a paper and a pencil. The important thing is in your community, you have disabled veterans living in your community. You have an organization in your community that reaches out to veterans to help them. We help them file claims. We get them to and from the doctor. We do all of that stuff, and we don't charge the veterans to do that. The money we get in pays for that. We have a car show once a month at Kmart parking lot in Cleveland, Tennessee. It's the second Saturday of every month. It starts at 5 o'clock and goes to 9 o'clock. Cars come in, they register. That's $15 per car. That $15 will wind up in the hands of a veteran here very shortly. We don't take any money and use it for any other purpose other than to help veterans. We operate on like, you know, a $5,000 a year budget. That's about what we get in charity, in donations. And out of that $5,000 a month, we help veterans. That's what we do with the money. Our bank account here lately has gone down to almost nothing, and that's because we've built 5 wheelchair ramps for Vietnam veterans in the last year. Think about that now, 5 wheelchair ramps for Vietnam veterans in the last year. Now, if you've got your pencil handy, the easiest way to contribute to your local DAV chapter is find the one that's in your town. You can do that by going to the courthouse. There's usually a veteran service officer in the courthouse to help out the local veterans. Use your Disabled American Veterans chapter in your town, or I would greatly appreciate it if you'd send your money to 444 Morgan Road Northwest, Charleston, Tennessee. It's a Charleston mailing address, but I'm in Cleveland. The money we take in through the mail goes right into the hands of a veteran to help them. If we get nothing out of this, I want you to remember your local chapter of the Disabled American Veterans is the best way to help a veteran in need.
100% of funds go back.
100%. Not one dime is taken out for any purpose.
There's not any 10% and 90% going to administration.
No, there's nothing.
Everything's going. Take another quick commercial break, hear from our great sponsor,
Larry Hill Ford.
Thank you very much. And we'll rejoin Bill on the other side.
See for yourself why Larry Hill Ford in Cleveland has been awarded Tennessee Ford Dealer of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. Go to DealerRater.com, read the reviews, then decide where you want to buy your next new Ford.
It's my 3rd time to buy a car from Larry Hill. I had a wonderful experience. Treated me great. I recommend it to anybody that wants to buy a new vehicle.
Take I-75 to exit 20 and go 1 mile east, or go online to LarryHillOnline.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As always, thank you to Larry Hill Ford. Bill, we're running out of time, but I want you to talk a little bit about the VA scandal that's going on,
Okay.
and is that somewhere else, and how's it in Tennessee?
Fortunately for us in Tennessee, we don't have that problem. The Southeast Tennessee Veterans Administration is fantastic. I go to the VA hospital every 3 months religiously. Not my choice, their choice. I have never been 5 minutes late for my appointment. If I got a 6 o'clock appointment, at 6 o'clock I'm seen. The way they do that is I can't get there at 5:30 and expect to be seen, because they're going to make me wait until my appointment time. That way, when a veteran comes in, and we have a lot of disabled veterans in the area, they come in, they're not sitting in a lobby for 4 hours or 5 hours waiting to get seen. They get there, their appointment time comes along, they're rolled back and they're seen. In Tennessee, that's the way it works. Now, there was some problems in some other states where veterans were being taken advantage of, but thankfully, Tennessee's not that way. Tennessee is one of the greatest states out there. As a matter of fact, they're rated number 6 in the entire country for veterans care. Now, that's saying a whole lot for a little town in Tennessee, or, you know, Murfreesboro and Chattanooga and Nashville.